Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and tonight I am creating page layout number 2 for my travel kit that I created this past weekend. And I am still using not Simple Stories. This is from the Paper Studio and I believe it is called Uncharted, and it is a paper kit that came with paper. These are what is left of the 3D stickers. These are the regular stickers, and then the alphas that came with it. I have also pulled this American Crafts Let's Play, which is Chamel, because I think I'm going to use this Living for the Sunshine. And this is why, here are my two pictures. These are both from the morning after we took off on the 15th of July. This is the 16th. We had gotten up in early morning. I think we were in Tennessee. Yep, Dryersburg, Tennessee. And then a picture of the Mississippi River. So those are the pictures that I'm going to be scrapbooking. I did have this one of me and my daughter, and I had already scrapbooked a couple pictures similar to this, but this is actually from the day before. And since I already have some pictures that I did a layout with that are in the very similar, just different facial reactions, I figured I would just set that aside. I can use it. I'm making books for the travel for my mom and my sister. So these are the two papers that I pulled from the Paper Studio collection. And I'm gonna use both of these, at least that's my plan. And I pulled this khaki cardstock to be my base because these are not cardstock heavy weighted. So I don't always need them to be on cardstock, but if I plan on putting a bunch of embellishments on them, then I do want to make sure that they're weighted a little bit. And then I pulled these out of my scrap pack that I have, and these are from the Recollections Well-Traveled page papers, and they were just scraps that were left in my bin, and I fussy cut these florals out, and I thought that I would use these in whatever layout I chose to do. And since the pictures are obviously beautiful, I felt like florals were a good match for that for sure. And then the other thing I have down here to use is my 10 sheets of the Echo Park travel collection. So I don't want to narrow these down. I just want to pull from these however many will properly fit on my layout. So I decided that I was going to try my hand at a sketch. So I went on Pinterest and found this, and I left part of it on here so that you could see that this was what was on the header when I pulled this sketch, because I think this says page maps. I'm pretty sure it's pretty blurry, but this was on a blog through Pinterest, and so I wanted to keep this Lorraine 670 on there so that I was giving recognition to where I found it. So this is what I'm planning on using, at least loosely. It does say 4x3, but I am leaving mine 4x6, which I prefer to do if they are scenery pictures especially. So mine will be a little bit different in the aspect of the sizing. And I do have some doily that I might pull in, but instead of some of these other things, I'll be using the florals. So that is my plan. As I go, it may change because that's the way I roll. So I'm going to set that down. So we have a sketch. We've got some embellishments. We've got some papers. And we've got these nifty pictures. So we'll see what we can do with this. And hopefully we'll make a spectacular layout that will showcase these two scenic pictures. All right, so I decided to use these two papers for sure, and I was comparing those florals on the background pages to see which one it would work best with. So I decided to use the darker page on the background and the lighter page on the foreground, and I like that a lot. Now in this sketch, that banner is in front of that squared paper, but I decided I wanted it to be a little less of a visual focus. I wanted to bring in that red and pink because of the florals and that pop of color, but I didn't want it to be too predominant on the page because the florals will do just fine in adding that pop of color. So I put them in the background, and I did cut it in the middle just so I could make it about a 1/4 inch longer, just so it would fit the way I wanted it to on the page. And since you can't see, that doesn't matter. So I pulled out the 3 different doilies I have. I have a purple. I have more than this, but these are the 3 that I thought might go. So I have a purple and that gold and a green. And right now I'm writing the information down from the back of my pictures so that I don't forget where we were or the time or any of the other details that I've got written on the back. So I took the same paper that is on the background. I had 2 of them, and I cut one of them in a 4 1/4 by 12, and then cut that in half. So I have 2 4 1/4 by 6 pieces of paper, and that's what I'm going to map my pictures on. So I decide that I will trim not even a 1/4 inch off my pictures, because I had said I didn't want to cut them, and I didn't, but I also wanted to only use this one strip of paper. So I figured losing not even a 1/4 inch off of my picture, you would barely notice. So they are over there to the right and matted on that same purpley blue background with the airplanes and everything, so it'll match perfectly. I lay them down the way I want them, and this so far, other than the banner being in the background and my sizes being a little bigger, my layout is very similar to the sketch. So I'm liking it, but I'm going through trying to figure out which banners or which one of these doilies is going to work. And I think the purple will work, but I definitely said no to the green, but I think I like the gold more. So I put the purple one away, and I set the gold one to the side for a while, upside down, because it was shiny, and I didn't want it to cause a glare in the video. So I'm just going over this sketch again. Sorry, my chair makes lots of noise. And this desk is as old as me, so it creaks like I do. So I am now trying to figure out, there is like a banner, not a banner, but like a strip down the side, left side of this sketch. And I do like it. It kind of looks like it might be stitching on the sketch, but it's a little blurry because I pulled it off of Pinterest. So I'm looking for a border strip or something that I can use. And the one I'm pointing at now is a road. And I'm thinking that's perfect. But let me look and make sure there's not something in one of these other sticker sheets that's more perfect. One of the sticker sheets is being a pain. And so I am fighting with it just a second ago. Because the branding strips off the bottom, so it's not sturdy if I like tap them to try and get them even. So anyway, so I look through to make sure there's nothing that I prefer more. So I grab that road off of there, and I decide I want that road border to work for the left side, as well as the bottom right corner that has a little embellishment cluster. So I cut about 3 inches off, maybe a little less, 2.5 to 3 inches. And I put this road straight down the left side, and it's just a little longer than the paper, the 8.5 by 8.5 text print that I have on there. I wanted it to be just a little bit bigger than that, so it's about 9 inches. So then I put the rest of it down here on the bottom right, and I'm going to build that up a little, just like in the sketch. I don't know if I've stuck to a sketch this closely in a long time. So I get that down there. I get the doily tucked in and attached. And now I'm going to go back through the sticker sheets to look for embellishing and things that I want to put on here. So I also want to get my flowers in there. And this flower cluster came straight from a full-on paper pad, and it had like a L shape at the top and bottom of this. I think the rest of the page was plain, and that top piece says Fine Beauty. And I was trying to tuck it in right there, but it wouldn't fit the way the flower was laying. The words Fine Beauty would have been like upside down or sideways or something. So I found these two that'll fit. Trimmed off an extra leaf from this one because it was sticking out weird. So tucked that one in up at the top and one more down in the little cluster on the bottom. And it just looks like the rest of that flower is tucked under the road. It's not there. So I had fussy cut these last night knowing that I wanted to bring them into this page. So I tack all of that down, and I don't even make you watch me. You're welcome. But they're going to pretty much go exactly where you see them right now. Okay, I don't think I made you to watch me. Oh my gosh, I thought I cut this out. I'm so sorry. I apologize. I hope that doesn't mean that I cut something out of the video that I didn't mean to, because I was certain that I cut that out. Okay, so now they're all tacked down, and I am putting down these two little pieces of luggage that I also fussy cut from a paper out of that same well-traveled collection by Recollections. And I cut two of the luggage pieces, one pink and one in that red, and it's not as bold as the stripe in the red, but it is from the same collection, so I'm perfectly fine with that. I popped the rectangular shaped one up on foam and just overlay that little pink one, and I think I covered up the tag that said something about another country, but I didn't do it on purpose. So I get that down there, and so my cluster down in the bottom is looking good. Start going through my 12 by 12 sticker sheets from Echo Park and Cartabella, and I'm just looking for things that can help add a little pizzazz to my page. So I think I'm going to pull the numbers from these white, they're like an off-white, that I can put the date on top of the road strip over there on the right bottom. However, there isn't a 1, so I can't put 716 at a 7 and a 6, and nothing I could jerry rig or Frankenstein to be a 1. That wouldn't look ridiculous. So I took this Enjoy the Journey and put it over where the floral and the road meet, so it'll kind of cover that scene. And my intention is not for that to be the title, even though in the sketch that's where you put your title. However, spoiler alert, I believe it ends up being my title. But that's okay. I mean, it's fine. Enjoy the Journey or Fine Beauty, which is on the top, would be fine as well. So I'm just pulling all these different sheets, and there's journaling at the bottom. Like there's a journaling, like a big rectangle at the bottom of the page on the sketch. And I decided to pull this postcard in instead. So I get my papers tacked down. I ink around this just in case it's not going to stand out on that light colored text print. So I ink around it with my black soot ink pad just in case. It doesn't always show, and it's fine. I just wanted to add that extra color for the distinction between the two, because that off-white postcard is not too far off in color from the background paper. So now I'm looking to see if there's anything else. Specifically, I was looking to see if I could find a stamp, because there's a little place on the postcard that says place postage stamp here, and I thought it'd be cute if I could find one, but I did not. But I did pull the little date, the numbers off of this flight Echo Park sticker sheet, and I think that's Echo Park. It's hard to tell. Oh no, that's Cartabella. And so I pulled the 7 and the 1 and 6 off there. Look through my sticker sheet to see if there's anything else I want to use, and I do pull off a little mustard yellow arrow and a mustard yellow take the scenic route. And I'm going to tuck that arrow up there in the left cornered cluster, pointing at the road, and then that take the scenic route over on the other side, so it kind of brings that mustard color across the page. And that is it for those stickers. So I journal on the postcard and just wrote that we got up really early to head out for the rest of our trip to Texas. And then I took both these pictures before 7 a.m. And that where we were in Dyersburg, Tennessee, and the other one was of the Mississippi River. So then I get the stickers that actually came with this Paper Studio collection. And I use a 3D one that says "You Are Here" and tuck it in over there on the left. And then I use one sticker from the collection, but I don't want it to disappear into the page, so I bat it on white and put it on there. It just says "Let's Be Adventurous" and it's luggage. Then I pull out that the 3D embellishment that I wanted to use as my title, and it just is not going to work on this page, the color scheme or the size. So that's okay. I will use it for something else. So I get my gold stickles out, since I already have that gold in the doily, and add 3 different clusters of 3 in 3 different places. And ta-da, I'm done. I'm going to show the sketch one more time and then some up close pictures. So hope you all have a great night, a wonderful week, and I hope you get a chance to do something you love with someone you love. Hope you all enjoyed, and I hope that you all have some more adventures with me. Happy scrapping!